he does all his work. Now, if I've got this as my sentence, what punctuation am I going to put in there so that this sentence makes sense? Because I can use a comma. That's boring. We learned that in year 2. What can we do instead? Good morning, guys. It is now a Thursday morning. It's actually now 24 minutes past 9. I started the morning off and I forgot to vlog, but I was just kind of busy away chatting to the children. I did just film a little bit of the spag session that I did with the children today. So what I've noticed is for literacy, what we tend to do, what we're doing this week and last week, as if it's that common. Generally what we do in literacy anyway is the children in year 6 develop their extended writing, so they're often doing writing over the period of a week, and that's what we're still doing whilst they're working from home. But one of the things I noticed that they were kind of forgetting about was their year 6 punctuation, so things like dashes, hyphens, brackets, semicolons, colons. So I was like, do you know what, I'm going to give them a quick session on that today. And I had about 15-16 children attend the session. I had a few children that I haven't seen yet, which is great. So it was really nice. It was really nice to kind of like touch base and like it felt like I was teaching in my classroom again. Do you know what I mean by that? So yeah, that was nice. I enjoyed doing that, and I think that worked. I think that helped. I think a lot of the children took something away from it, which is great. I'm going to carry on marking their work now, and then I have another session with them at 10:30 because that's when we would normally do maths, and they've been revising Roman numerals. So I just want to recap that because I feel like that's probably something that they're not that strong on. So I'm going to do another Google Meet with them at 10:30 to about 11. Then I'm going to spend some more time marking their work. Then I'm going to have some lunch. We normally have like this Thai dish and then our eggs. We realised our eggs ran out of date today, so I've ordered some more eggs in. I think we're probably just going to order a Subway for lunch, which is quite exciting. Here in Thailand, food is still being delivered both from grocery stores but also from like restaurants and stuff. Restaurants are closed, but they can do delivery only, so we will probably order some food in for lunch. And then I have a year 6 meeting from 1 onwards, so it is a day of meetings for me, but hopefully I can get some work marked, like some of their work marked as well. So yeah, that's my day. Okay, I thought I'd quickly show you what I'm going to be doing with my kids at 10:30. So I just downloaded this from Twinkle. It talks you through, they've done Roman numerals before, but I think it's one of those things that you just have to kind of learn and remember, and if they didn't remember it the first time, then they need to recap it. So it talks you through the 7 letters that they need to learn, and then some examples of this is how we get every single number, so adding and the you know what I mean, you know the thing. Then we have some more examples, and I'm going to ask the children to what I will do is I've got myself a whiteboard and pen, so I'm going to draw some Roman numerals, and they have to tell me what it is in numbers. And yes, that's just kind of the activity. And then when we finish that, I've got a Kahoot game, so they love Kahoot, and basically I press play on here and it will come up with a question on my screen, and they have to press like red, green, yellow or blue, I think it is, on their own devices to be able to answer the questions. But they love this, so that's kind of like an incentive for them to come along to the revision session. It won't be my whole maths class. I've invited my whole maths class, but I've said like if you need to practice Roman numerals, come along. If you don't, then you don't need to worry about it. But yeah, so we'll see how many kids show up. I don't really mind if they're not all there, just because I know that they'll all be doing different things at different times at home, but yeah, I thought a bit of structure will help them. And I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but I am actually using Google Calendar now to set my sessions. 1 second. So how our school are doing this like online learning experience is we're sending the timetable to the parents every evening and then to the children every morning, so they can just kind of follow along the work every day. What I was doing before is in that email where I was sending them the work, I was also telling them when their Google Meets were that day or what sessions we were doing that day. And it was just a little bit kind of confusing, and half the kids didn't show up. So then one of my colleagues was saying that he used Google Calendar to set the times, and actually I find it a lot easier because one, you have a record then of like when you've seen children and when you haven't, and especially like if there's certain groups that you haven't been able to arrange times with. Like I've got 2 groups, one of them in particular, there's like 2 children in there that tend to do the work in the evening, so it's quite hard to find a time where they can all meet to do their Google Meet. So yeah, I have used that, and it also means that the parents can see when the children have their sessions as well, which is handy. But I've been trying that for the last 2 days and that's worked really well. More children are showing up, so that's great. And I've also kind of varied each day. So before I was doing like Google Meet catch-ups with them and just chatting to the children, and the children really like that, but I think there can be a bit too much of that sometimes. So what I do is now I'm going to do it like 2 or 3 times a week, but then also do like revision sessions in between for different things. I think that's how I'm going to stick to doing this after Easter. So far all we know is we have this Friday, so tomorrow is our last day of this term. Then we have 2 weeks off for Easter, and obviously we can't go anywhere, it's on lockdown, but we're not doing classes as normal. We are going to give the kids some like activities that they can do over the holidays, but they're not compulsory, we're not monitoring it. And then after that, it looks like Bangkok has said we're closing until the 30th of April, so we've got at least another 2 weeks of home learning, but it will likely be longer than that. We don't know, but we've been told the 30th of April for now is like the date that everything opens again for now. We'll see. But yeah, that is just what I start chatting to you about what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with my work and I shall see you in a bit. Hi guys, so it's now Friday. It is like 9 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it's 2 minutes to 9. I'm about to do a Google Meet with my class just to kind of check in, say hi to them. It's actually the last day of our term today, so for the next 2 weeks we have holiday. However, because obviously we're all at home, the school are like concerned about the kids and how they're going to be at home by themselves. Like obviously they're with their parents, but they're not going to be able to see their friends. So what I have set up for my class is I have just scheduled 10 emails to go out. So Monday to Friday, every morning there's going to be an email that goes out at 8:30 just to say hello, and it has like a little activity idea. It's not like work related, it's things like build a den, or make your own jigsaw, or make them a board game, or can you, like we do Just Dance in our classroom, so one of them is recreate the Just Dance, like your favourite Just Dance. So it's just like fun little activities like that. And we have a Google Classroom thing that we use, and there's like a stream which is kind of like a Facebook feed, like, you know, like a news feed. It looks like that when the children use it, so whenever they've done any of these activities they can share it on there and then interact with each other. I just thought that might be quite a nice way for them to talk to each other, interact with each other during the holidays when they're not going to be able to see each other. So yeah, that's what I've just done for the last 2 hours, is kind of schedule that now. Now I'm going to check in with the children, and then I'm going to try and catch up with all the marking. It's almost done. I just need to do some more maths, and then I am done. So yeah, I shall see you in a bit.